War of American Independence, Force Rochambeau, commemoration of the Treaty of Versailles, Paris Parade troops, photographs of extras in period uniforms representing the regiments engaged in these struggles, report and realization Roland de Tarragon, flags and uniforms of regiments. Source Wikipedia. For more details on this last part, see the site rich in information. Presentation. In August 1983, to commemorate the Bicentenary, the signing of the Paris Versailles, the 3rd of September 1783. Following the surrender of the British at the Battle of Yorktown in the presence of G.Washington and Marshal Rochambeau, treaty that will end the War of Independence, America. An army of hundreds of Americans in uniform regiments engaged in this conflict. Extras will parade through the streets of Vendôme, stopping at the birthplace of Marshal Rochambeau, and before his bust placed in the courtyard of the library, then on Place Saint-Martin, and as a standing statue of Marshal. This statue was given up in 1972 by the American Cincinnati. The old statue was destroyed in 1940. The army will also render honors to the tomb of Marshal in the cemetery of Thor, La Rochette, and finish the day at Castle Rochambeau. Died in 1807, the Marshal Jean-Baptiste Donation de Rochambeau of Weimar, born in Vendôme, June 30, 1725, was baptized the next day in the Church of the Madeleine. On the 1st of July 1725, he was the son of Joseph Charles de Weimar, Marquis de Rochambeau, governor of Vendôme, and Marie-Claire Thérèse Begon. His wife, Jean-Baptiste Donation, was educated at the College of Oratory Vendôme, and began his military career, patent cornet in 1741 in his regiment in Germany, was captain in 1743, colonel of the regiment in March 1747, brigadier general of infantry of Minorca in 1756, inspector general of infantry in 1761, and lieutenant general in 1779, decorated with the Cross of St. Louis in 1756, was Knight of the Holy Spirit, appointed General-in-Chief of the North in 1791, and received his Marshal's baton in France December 28, 1791. Arrested during the Terror, he escaped the guillotine during the Revolutionary period. Meanwhile, in 1749, he married Jean Tellus of Acosta, daughter of Emmanuel and Marie Antoinette Fizena. This union, Marshal Rochambeau had an only son, Donation Marie Joseph, who married Eleanor of Harville of Trainel. It had 2 daughters and a son, Auguste Philippe Donation, who married Eliza Pauline de Rox of Clausenets, will not have children. An adopted son of the latter, Eugene Achilles, son of Lacroix, Edouard Alexandre Lacroix and Jean-Louise Tavernel. Adopted by trial court, Vendôme, the 4th of April 1862. It takes the name of Weimar Rochambeau and successor. Rochambeau has long years of fighting on land and sea took place, committing French troops, American, against the English troops. 1779, Marshal Rochambeau, then general, was in the last years of these selected as commander of troops to support the cause of American independence struggles. Commitment to Yorktown, Virginia lasted from September 26 to October 19, 1781. That day the British Army surrendered and laid down its arms. General Charles Cornwallis, commander of British troops, to mark the surrender of British troops, lays his sword, is General George Washington, who receives, in the company of General Rochambeau, commander of the French troops. This Franco-American victory, in fact, puts an end to fighting and an end to the American Revolutionary War. and gives birth to a new nation. The end of the War of Independence was effective from the Treaty of Paris, September 3, 1783. Britain recognized the independence of the then 13 British colonies. From 1775 to 1783, difficult fighting on land and sea between the English and the French Americans have caused heavy losses. One of my ancestors, Jean-Baptiste de Tarragon, and a younger brother of Anne-Claude de Tarragon, participated in combat the War of American Independence, inter alia, St. Lucia 1781, Tobago, Grenada, and one of the largest and most deadly, the siege Savannah, which ended in defeat Allied troops, French and American, and where nearly 600 men and 60 officers, French, Americans and foreign volunteers lost their lives between 1 and 20. October 1779, Roland de Tarragon,